Hey guys, so today I'm going to be filming my holiday glam look for you. And I did an Instagram poll last week, I think, and you all decided that, not all of you, a few of you didn't vote for red and gold, but I'm doing red and gold. And this will be an interesting video because I don't do glam looks very often. So if you're curious to see how I'm going to be accomplishing my holiday red and gold glam look, keep watching. So for starters, I am going to be priming my eyes. For primer, I'm using my Maybelline Fit Me concealer. And I'm just going to be adding that to my eyelids. And I'm doing my eyes first today because I don't know how much fallout I'm going to have or if I'll have any, so I just want to be sure that I don't get too many red and gold speckles in my foundation. The hope is to get none, but you never know. We'll see. Okay, and then I'm going to be setting that with my NYX Banana HD finishing powder. I'm just going to be setting that down with my Real Techniques contour brush. Pretty sure I knew this was a contour brush, but I still use it as a setting brush, but whatever. Okay, so I'm going to be jumping into a few palettes today. The first palette I'm going to be using is the Profusion Cosmetics Prism Eyes eyeshadow. And I'm going to be taking this red shade called Totally. And I'm going to be using the brush that came in the palette. It's actually a really cool dual-ended brush. But I'm just going to jump right into this and start applying that in my crease. And I'm not too concerned about like any messiness on the outer corner because I'm just going to clean it up with a makeup wipe. Okay, so I'm just adding this in the crease and all over my lid. I'm liking how this is looking. Step one, done. Okay, and now I'm going to be jumping into my Morphe 35M palette. It's so pretty, you guys. I've used it a few times. But I'm going to be jumping into this shade right here called Red Carpet. And I'm going to be focusing this in the crease a little bit more. I feel like these shades are fairly similar, but I am just gonna do my best. Still just focusing that mainly in the crease using the same Profusion brush. Now I'm going to be jumping into the shade Vampy Vixen, which is like this orangey red shade right here. And again, I'm going to be taking the same brush and focusing this on, not on, but in the crease. Like so. Just to sort of slowly add dimension because this is a like super glam look, or what I'm trying to accomplish is glam. I kind of want to start out a little soft and then build it up as I go because I don't want to like mess it up in the beginning. Oh my heck, you guys, so last night after we had gone to bed, I don't even know what time it was. It was late because we had both been asleep for a while. But all of a sudden I woke up to this guy like yelling outside of our house. It was the freakiest thing. Like he was trying to find someone, so he was yelling their name. And like we live in a townhome complex, and so he was just like going up and down the townhome like rows and just yelling. And I was like, oh my gosh, I just laid there terrified that this guy was gonna break into my house. It was so scary. I was like, what the heck is this guy doing? Like, especially because it was so late. Like, our neighborhood is fairly quiet. Like, nothing ever happens. Except there was a fire once, and it was really freaky because it was like just right by our house. And that was nuts. It was like right after we moved in, actually. Okay, so I'm getting a little messy, but we'll clean it up. Okay, now I'm going to be jumping into my Jaclyn Hill and Morphe palette. It is a mess, so don't judge me. And I don't know the names of the colors because I have the older palette. But I'm going to be using this shade right here, this dark red. I'm going to be packing this on the outer corner. And then buffing that into the crease. And I'm still using the same brush, if you didn't notice already. So because my husband and I, and my son, because we're going up like to see our families for Christmas, we decided that we're gonna have Christmas early for us. And I'm so excited because I want to give my son like all the presents that we got him. I have to wait a few more days, even though we're having it early. Like super early, like probably before the 20th even. I'm just so excited because like when he gets excited, I love it. Like it's like my favorite thing ever because he's so freaking cute. Does anyone else get that way? Like if you have kids, because this is like our first real Christmas with Quinn. Like last year he was little but he didn't really understand, and like the presents that he got, like he wasn't very excited about because like he didn't understand. But so like this is, I've said like so many times, but this is like our real first Christmas with our first kid. And so like we have these gifts for him and we're so excited to give them to him. Like I'm more excited to give Quinn his gifts than like give anyone else gifts. And I just want to give them to him now. It's just so fun. Okay, now I'm going to be taking my Eco Tools brush and I'm going to be taking this dark brown shade right here in the Morphe palette with the Morphe Jaclyn Hill palette. I'm literally just like lightly, very lightly tapping and tapping the excess off and just super lightly tapping and blending that into the crease. Just to give it the dimension that I want. Okay, where we live, it doesn't get like very cold, but it has gotten so cold, I feel like. I mean, we've lived here for the past couple months, so I've been used to like the heat. And like it's gone down to like the 40s and like really high 30s, but like for me, oh no thank you. But like where we used to live, it would get like below 30 and it was freezing. I hated it. But here, like I feel like the coldest it's been is maybe like 38, if that, maybe 39, I don't know, but it's been so cold. And I'm just used to the warmth that we've been living in for the past couple months. It's been great. I already miss it. But the summers here are kind of miserable. Like it gets so freaking hot. Like one day in the summer it got up to like 114. That's death. Are we serious? I hated it. But luckily we have air conditioning in our little home. We don't have to worry about that. Unfortunately, we have a child, so I do have to go outside and let him be a boy, but it's okay. Okay, so I think that is what I'm going to be doing for the red portion. And I do sort of want to try a cut crease. So I'm going to be taking a super small, it's a Real Techniques detailer brush. And then I'm going to be taking my Maybelline Fit Me concealer that I used for my primer. I'm just going to brush the tip of the concealer brush. Get a tiny bit of product. I'm gonna grab a mirror. Okay, and then I'm just going to be focusing this just on the inner corner a little. Like that. Now I'm gonna quickly do my other eye. Oh, I did it. I'm just buffing a little bit more red on this outer corner. There's this gold shade in the Jaclyn Hill palette right here, and I'm just gonna be using my finger, and I just want to super lightly tap a tiny smidgen of this in the middle. Just where like the red and the concealer meet. That's where I'm adding this gold. Just because it's a darker gold, I like the look of the darker on the outer corners. Now I'm going to be jumping into my XOXO palette. I'm going to be taking this gold shade right here and just slowly moving in toward my inner corner. It's a little bit lighter of a gold. And now, as well, in this XOXO palette, I'm going to be jumping into this golder. It's a super light gold shade right here. Same thing on my finger. Adding this on the inner corner. I'm loving how this is turning out, you guys. I'm like shocked. Okay, and now just to make sure that I don't lose any of the red or like that dimension. I'm going to go back in with my Eco Tools brush, and I'm going to jump back into this red carpet shade from the Morphe 35M palette right here. Just going to focus that on the crease right here. Now I'm going to jump back into the Jaclyn Hill palette, use that dark brown shade that we used. Again, just super lightly tap that on the outer corner and buff that up into the crease. Super lightly. Okay, and now I actually want to add some glitter on the inner corner. So I'm going to be taking this Ulta Beauty Glitter Cream eyeshadow, and I'm going to be taking it on a Morphe B73 brush. It's actually like an angled brush. And I'm going to be tapping some glitter on my inner corner. Oh, this is so pretty. I'm getting so excited. Okay, so I'm going to jump back into the Sofx palette and just dab a little bit more of that lighter, the second shade in the middle, that gold. I'm just going to tap that on top. And then taking that darkest gold shade that we used, just going to lightly tap that as well on the outer portion. Okay, so I think what I want to do now is kind of be sort of creative and try to add glitter throughout my crease. Using that same brush that I did, I'm going to just stamp this super lightly. Okay, yay! I did my eyes. I am now going to be taking a makeup wipe and wiping underneath my eyes and sort of carving out the outer portion of my eye. And then I'm just going to take my finger and tap super lightly over that edge so it's not too terribly harsh. Alright, and then today for my primer, I'm going to be using the Becca First Light Priming Filter. And just going to add that all over my face. I love this primer because, like, as you can already tell, it adds just a beautiful glow. Okay, now for foundation, I'm actually going to be mixing two. I'm going to be going in with my Physicians Formula Healthy Foundation and just adding some across face like this on the forehead, like so. And I'm in the shade LW2 for reference. Okay, and now I'm going to be taking my Maybelline Superstay Full Coverage Foundation in the shade 112. I'm going to just pump a little bit on the back of my hand. With my brush, I'm going to just stamp into that and buff both of these foundations in. And you want to be so careful when you're going up around your temples that you don't get in the way of your eyeshadow. Okay, and now I'm just going to be taking my beauty sponge, tapping the excess off of my hand, and just going over it, over the rest, to make have a little bit more of a skin-like finish. Okay, and then for primer, I'm just going to be taking my Maybelline Fit Me Concealer in the shade Ivory. Just adding a few dots. Like that. Under my eyes. A couple dots on my nose. My nose? Again, a line down my nose. A couple dots on my forehead. Gonna blend that in with my beauty sponge. Again, as I'm blending out my concealer, just being really close to that edge of the eyeshadow, just being super careful not to mess that up. Okay, and then to set my under eyes, again, I'm using my NYX Banana Powder and using my same contouring brush. Just gonna tap that underneath. And then to set the remainder of my face, I'm taking my RCMA No Color Powder, per usual, because it is my very favorite powder. But if you have a favorite drugstore setting powder, let me know, because I'm curious to see if I can find a new one that I love. Guys, I love my eyes. I didn't think I'd like them as much as I do. It's crazy. Okay, now for bronzer, I'm going to be taking my Too Faced Sweet Tea Bronzer. And it looks like this. I'm just taking my big fluffy Real Techniques powder brush. And I'm squeezing like this to sort of contour a little bit more than I usually would. Adding some to my forehead. And taking that same Too Faced bronzer, I'm going to contour my nose. Just gonna pat over that with my makeup sponge, just to make sure there are no harsh lines. Okay, so now for blush, I'm gonna be taking my Urban Decay and Gwen Stefani palette. This is like freaking old. I don't even know when I got it. I got it years ago. Okay, and I'm gonna be taking the shade Hush right here, which is just a really light pink. Just tapping that on the apples of my cheeks and going up. Just to give me a little bit of color, but it's not like overpoweringly pink, if that makes sense. So it still works with the eyeshadow. It also gives me some color. Alright, and for highlighter, I'm going to be using my Prosecco Pop from Becca. And it's broken. Story of my life. But I wanted to use Prosecco Pop because it's more of a gold highlighter. Just taking that in a C shape above my brow, down on the high points of my cheeks. Okay, we're all highlighted. So now I am going to do my brows, my nose edges. I'm going to be using my favorite eyebrow pencil right now. It is CoverGirl's Ultra Fine Brow Pencil, I think it's called. And I'm just going to quickly fill in my brows off camera and I will BRB, homies. I hate myself. Okay, brows are on and I set them with my e.l.f. lash and brow mascara. I love, 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 love. And now I'm going to finish my eyes. Okay, and I am going to be using my Morphe E18 brush. And I'm going to jump into my Morphe palette and use that brick red shade that I used on my upper lids. And I'm just going to focus this toward the outer corner and sort of bring the shadow up into the top shadow to sort of create a more cat-eye wingy effect. Now I'm going to jump back into my Morphe 35M palette and use the shade Red Carpet, that first one that I used. This one right here, right here. And I'm going to be buffing this all the way into my inner corner. And then I'm going to be taking the shade Vampy Vixen, this one right here. And I'm going to be buffing that in about halfway. And I'm buffing these pretty low just because I want them to be pretty smoked out. And then I'm going to be taking, jumping back into this palette, I'm going to be taking that dark brown shade that I used in the inner corner, the outer corner, and I'm just going to lightly buff that on my lower lash line. Again, bringing that up into the shadows up top as well. I am going to take my glitter, ta-da, and where'd my brush go? Found it. I'm going to be just taking that same angled brush that I used on the top lid, and I'm just going to be putting those sparkles right there, just in the center, sort of center of my lower lash line. Okay, I'm gonna stop there before I screw it up even more. Okay, now before setting my face, yeah, before setting my face, I am just gonna remove any foundation from my lips. And then I'm going to go ahead and set my face. I'm going to be using my three, it's not mine, it's Glam's 3-step setting routine. And I'm taking my Mario Badescu facial spray with aloe and cucumber. And just spraying that all over. And to take my sponge and tap down any peach fuzz. And again, I don't push like super hard into my skin. I just am lightly tapping to get any of the dewier drops. Oh my gosh, you guys. I brought my inner corner highlight and my brow bone highlight. What am I thinking? I'm going to actually be taking my Spark highlighter from Morphe. And I'm just going to pop that on my brow bone. So I'm just adding just a super small amount. And then for my inner corner highlight, I'm just going to take that gold, the super light gold shade that I had on my inner corner. And I'm just going to pop that even more so. I honestly feel like this just completes everything. But I'm just weird, I guess. Okay, so now that I've sprayed my face, where's my powder? I'm going to go in with my NYX banana powder again with my setting brush. And I'm just going to tap a light layer all over my face, especially in the areas that I don't want it to come off any of my makeup. Like around my chin, my nose. Now I'm going to be taking my Urban Decay all-nighter. I never know how to speak in these darn videos. Okay, I'm taking my Urban Decay all-nighter setting spray. And again, just spraying this all over until my heart is content. Again, just tapping down areas that I feel like are extra dewy. Making sure my peach fuzz is tapped down. Okay, so there is my face all set. Now I'm going to go ahead and add my mascara and my lips. For mascara today, I'm going to be using my Voluminous Superstar X Fiber Mascara from, I think it's L'Oreal. Yeah, it's L'Oreal. Just going to start with side 1 and then jump to side 2. One of these sides has like fibers that you add and then the other is like the mascara or something. I don't know. Anyway, BRB. Okay, so mascara is on. I used 2 coats of this mascara and then I actually ended up going in and putting 1 coat of my Lash Paradise over top of it, and then I used this one on my bottom lashes as well. And then today for my lip, I decided to do red lip because I feel like red and red go together, I guess. But I'm going to be using my Maybelline Vivid Matte Liquid lipstick in the shade Red Punch, and I'm going to go ahead and apply that. Okay, so there you have it. That is my holiday glam look. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know in the comment section down below if you liked it, and if you have a specific look in mind that you'd like me to try and do, let me know as well. And thanks so much for watching, you guys. This was such a fun look to create. I was so inspired by the red and gold theme, and like I said, I hope you guys enjoyed this, and give it a thumbs up and make sure that you subscribe before you leave, just so that you can be part of my YouTube fam. I love you guys. Thanks so much for always supporting me, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!